Landon, dude, first one here. Thanks for being here, my guy. So, for those of you who are going to be joining live, and also those of you who are watching this afterwards, we're going to be doing an In the Bag today. I'm going to be playing a few tournaments in the 2021 season. It's a pretty well-rounded bag for amateurs if you're interested in that. I'm going to work from my putters all the way through everything I use. And then I also have a stack of discs over here that I'm actually going to move off to the side. But these are the discs that are always behind me in my videos, if you've ever seen those before. I'm going to walk through those. It's not my entire disc golf collection, but these are the ones I really like and I think look really good. So I'm gonna show you guys some of these. There's some really cool discs in that stack after I do the In the Bag. So what's going on? How you guys doing? Landon, my guy, thank you again being the first one in here. Appreciate you being here, man. It's good to see you. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. You guys feel free, hang out, talk and chat. I'll be talking with you guys. Start off with the putters. I got two base plastic Senseis. I believe these are both 170 grams. Base plastic, like I said, hot take, low key, like the base plastic Senseis so much more than the premium plastic Senseis. I actually have a premium plastic Sensei I'll talk about in just a second, but I love the base plastic Senseis. I think other people do too. If you'll notice, like I've seen a lot of pros. You got like Casey White, you got Simon Lizotte, Eagle, some other people throwing a lot of base plastic Senseis. What's up, Carson, dude? I'm doing good. How are you, man? Carson Wilkins, welcome. But yeah, I actually just started putting with these. Literally, I've played like one round with them. So I need to get some practice in with those. I was putting with PA4s before, but my PA4s got super understable. They fly straight, which is awesome, but after a while, they do get ridiculously understable. So I was either about to buy new PA4s or I was gonna grab a new type of putter, and I'm excited to be trying these. They fly super straight, but they have a little bit more of a reliable fade. They're a little bit more stable than the PA4s I was using. But yeah, base plastic Senseis, you can't go wrong. So many people are using them. I've seen them used a lot more in professional tournaments and stuff like that than I have the premium plastic Sensei. So that's a hot take. I just don't like how the premium plastic Sensei feels. I'll actually get into that because, like I said, I have one over here. Joseph, dude, thank you. You are one of my favorite people in the stream right now. I appreciate that, my guy. Welcome. And again, welcome everyone. If you are just now joining, we're going through an In the Bag for my 2021 season. I'll be playing a few AM-side tournaments and stuff like that. But I also have a few cool discs that I always have behind me in a lot of the videos and stuff like that. I'm going to walk through those discs after we do the In the Bag. Dude, Caleb Hart, what's good, man? Thank you. I'm having a pretty good day. Can't complain. It's a Saturday. It's about 8 degrees here in Maine, which is kind of a bummer, but I'm doing pretty good. I hope you're having a good day as well, man. All right, moving on. I'm going to get into my throwing putters. Oh, let me go over my bag really quick because that's important, and you'll see me struggling with this. This is a BP4 by Prodigy. It's not a good bag. I'm just going to say that right now. I don't like it. It's tiny. Dude, that's awesome, Carson. The baseline Sensei is so good. You will not regret. They're like $7 too. I think I got these on Marshall Street for $7.50 each. Like, you can't go wrong. If you ever need replacement putters, you want to buy a big stack. 80 degrees in Austin. Dude, that's insane. I'm from Florida, so I feel that. I am a summer body. I miss it so much, dude. That's awesome. Enjoy the weather in Austin. But yeah, BP4. This thing has holes all in it. You can see this putter pocket has a giant hole in it. The straps are even starting to rip a little bit. It falls over forward all the time. Discs spill out of it. Trooper bag. Yes, dude, I need a new bag, Caleb. And I've actually looked at the Trooper bags. Super small. Dynamic Discs makes better bags, I feel like, than these small. But the bottom line is this is $20. This is a $20 bag. I don't know how many discs I'm fitting in it right now. I'll count them at the end. $20 bag, so it's like, it's easy to travel with. As you guys might know, I do a lot of traveling. So it depends on what you want. I would recommend a different bag. Save up a little bit of money, get a better bag, because the BP4 is just not great. I do carry a birdie bag. Well, not a birdie bag. I have, what do I have in here? I have a dynamic disc, just, I don't even know what, it's not like, yeah, I don't know. It's a chalk bag. Yeah, thanks. I like the bag color too. That's pretty much the only reason I got it. It was $20 and it was green. I'm a fan. This is pretty much all I carry in this bag. I've lost my keys out of this pocket. It's like a little Velcro pocket. It has like this tiny little Velcro strap right there. It's not a reliable bag. I've lost my keys in the middle of a wooded course. I need a new bag. But again, if you're looking for something that's 20 bucks, it's got a water bottle holder that also has a giant hole in it that yeah, it's rough. Recommend a different bag. Let me get into the throwing putters now. I carry 4 throwing putters. I'm gonna take them out and then talk about them. Like, this bag is so tight too, even just taking discs out. My most stable one, not like overstable, my most straight flying disc. I also throw the Base Sensei every now and then. This is a Sky God 2. Some of my more rare discs, I actually still throw. They're almost all in my bag. The Sky God 2 is a Swirly S-Line P2. I freaking love this disc. It flies so straight. You literally can't go wrong with it. Any Sky God you can get your hands on. I've seen these go for up to $100 on eBay. Sky God 1s go for absurd money. These are really hard to get a hold of, and there's a reason. They look beautiful. They fly super nice. I actually picked this up at a Thought Space athletics booth at a tournament. They were selling these for market value. It's a great deal. Straight flying, beautiful disc, flies great. If you haven't seen our latest video, we throw this a lot in the latest video. The Hero Back from Innova, I've heard good things about that too. That's awesome, Carson. 175 grams, so that one's pretty heavy. Next up, I got a bunch of dirt in here from the last time I played. Tactic. I freaking love the Tactic. I have a lot of overstable approach discs, but I really just like having my approach disc game on lock. My favorite pro player, Joseph, good question. It's tough to say, honestly. Like, I have a lot of favorites. My favorite that I have watched play is Garrett Gurthie from MPO and FPO. I got you. My favorite who I've watched play is Garrett Gurthie, just because he is so lighthearted. He has such a good attitude. Whenever he throws something good, he like reacts in an awesome way. He gets pumped up. He's from Florida. Barsby's awesome too. Garrett Gurthie is probably my favorite person that I've watched. You can't go wrong with Paul McBeth, obviously. Like, if he's not everybody's favorite player, I don't know. But Garrett Gurthie's a favorite I've watched. FPO, I mean, I don't want to be a basic Betty, but you have to say Paige Pierce. She's the most fun to watch, partially just because she's the best, but she has like a really interactive side to her game too. Paige Pierce is a legend. But anyways, the Tactic is an overstable approach disc that the reason I have this, I'll get into. I like throwing this on backhands, actually. For most people, this is a forehand only, like, approach disc. And I do mostly throw it on forehand approaches. It's an Exo Soft. But I like throwing this on backhand, too. So if I need, like, an overstable backhand, yeah, Paige Pierce, super explosive. If I need, like, an overstable backhand, I like throwing this more than the zones that I'm about to get into. And it's tacky. The soft plastic is really tacky, so it sticks a little bit better to the ground. So for very specific, I have my approach game very fine-tuned because I can't throw very far, so this is the only thing I can be good at. So I have a lot of like approach discs that I try and fine-tune. Sticky, overstable, good for backhands and forehands. A little bit more straight flying in the zone. Next we have a Get Freaky zone. Potentially, you guys can say what you want about these discs. ESP zone, Jawbreaker zone are super awesome. The Crystal Flex zone is my favorite plastic for the zone. I've thrown a lot of zones. This is by far my favorite plastic for it. And I bought this was before the Get Freakies were like crashing the Discraft website. I got this like 2 minutes after it came out, I think, or something like that. And I honestly just bought it because I was a Brody Smith fan and I needed a new zone. And so this was before all the craziness. But it is a super rare disc also, and it's one that I love to throw. I've heard so many good things about pigs, and I really, really wish I could get my hands on one. I might have to try one out soon, but I just love the zones so much. Crystal Flex, this is beat to heck, and it's not actually super overstable anymore, so I throw this on forehand lines. when I need something that's just stable and will fade reliably. And then I have a stock Paul Macbeth 5-time world champ zone. Can't go wrong with these. The Z zones are super overstable. This one's relatively new. It's not as beat in, so when I need just like a beefy overstable forehand approach, gotta go with the Z zone. I forget, these are just like, I don't know. It's just hard to deny the zone is the best. We actually have a video where we compare zone versus tactic. It's not the most like accurate, but it was a really fun video to make. DZ discs has pigs. I'll have to check that out. Thank you, Carson. Awesome. Moving into the mid-ranges. Mid-ranges are probably the discs I throw most because I'm not super accurate. Like, I'm an amateur, so if you guys are I'm assuming most people in here are amateurs. But I have a very simple mid-range game, but these are the discs I throw the most often. Yeah, for obvious reasons. I'm not as accurate with distance drivers like a lot of people are, but. So I got the MD4. This is typically a somewhat stable to overstable mid-range disc from Discmania, but like a few other discs in my bag, this one is absolutely beat to crap. It has been absolutely destroyed, and is actually a super flippy, understable-ish mid-range now. And so I actually use this for like flip-up shots. Because it was originally overstable, though, it does still fade sometimes at the end, depending on how hard I throw it. Different shot shapes. This is one of my more thrown discs in my bag. I love the whole MD line from Discmania. You cannot go wrong. I have never thrown an ace, Joseph. I know it's crazy. Out of the probably couple hundred rounds I've played in my life, never thrown an ace. I've come very close. I don't know what it is. I'm not a very lucky person. That's just how God made me, I guess. But yeah, like I said, MD4, love this disc. Base plastic, honestly, Discmania, these things are like $750. They fly, the flight on them is super predictable. The grip is great. I love the entire MD line. I'll get into that more in a second because I'll just go straight to that. I have an MD2 right here. This one I actually got out of a mystery box. It's a little bit more new. Yeah, same. Never got two in the same day. Yeah, I mean, getting one at all is good. Just put a gummy C-Line MD4 in your bag, dude. Blue and purple swirl. That is awesome. I love blue and purple discs. Yeah, 2 aces in one day. That makes sense. I love C-Line plastic too. C-Line's great. This is a S-Line S-Line MD2. I knew that was wrong. And this one's actually like very new. And so it's a little bit more overstable. I don't have very many like super overstable mid-ranges, but this is good, stable, depending on how hard you're throwing it, over-ish stable. I don't want to call it overstable because it's not really overstable, but great mid-range. I throw it when basically, like I said, this is super flippy. When I have a shot that's not requiring my MD4, I throw this. Like I said, the MD line from Discmania. If you have not thrown an MD, get your hands on one. They're some of the best mid-ranges out there on the market, but they are not the best. We're going to get into the best right now. We have a Discraft Buzz. This is just a normal Z Buzz. I throw this disc quite possibly, I mean, aside from like my zones combined, probably throw this disc more than any other disc in my bag. If you guys don't have a Buzz, unless you're like a sponsored player by some other company, I don't know what you're doing. The Buzz is you guys like Innova fans, I'm sorry. You guys will probably hate me for saying this, but the Buzz, in my opinion, my very humble opinion, you can obviously disagree with me, Buzz is the best mid-range mold in the game. While I do think like the Rock obviously is goated. The Rock is great. MD and FD line, yeah, both of those lines from Discmania are incredible. You could argue that the Rock might rival the Buzz, but the Buzz, I mean, I've thrown, so this has been one of my very, the Warship's great too. Buzz feels best in the hand, yeah. I don't know what else to say about it. I've thrown this so many times. This has come as close to getting aces as I have ever got. It's been with these discs. If you guys are just joining, we were just talking about getting aces. I've heard the Truth is really good too, but I've chained out an ace with this and ace. I've chained out several aces with this. Hit the cage quite a few times. I love this disc. It's just straight flying. Any like straight wood shot. If I throw it on a little bit of hyzer, at this point it's pretty beat in and it will flip to flat and it'll just, this thing will fly all the way to Canada. I'm in Maine, so Canada's not actually that far. But still, it flies super straight, super far. Your ace is with a warship, Caleb. That's sick. Where'd you get that ace at? What state, what course? Next, we're gonna get into some fairway drivers. Oh, dude, a Chewbacca stamp buzz. I love, one of the strongest things Discraft has. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, guys. Like, I am the Star Wars nerd. And so Discraft Star Wars disc is just like, take my money. I don't know what to do. I can't, there's nothing else I can do. Is almost non-existent except for the Justice, Tanner Allen Justice forehand. I've never thrown a Justice. I haven't thrown a lot of dynamic discs. I had a Warden for a while, tried putting with that. I can't remember if I've had even any others than that. So I've never thrown a Justice. I have heard good things about it, and that's your only ace. That's awesome. Still, any ace is a good ace. So that's sick. Dude, Joseph, this is low-key Swanky merch. We have Swanky designer long sleeves. This is a good time to say it. Swanky designer long sleeves. Peep the merch. Coming very soon for those winter rounds. We just got these recently. We're still working out a few logistics of getting them to you guys. It's going to be a very limited drop to sort of gauge interest. But if they sell well, we'll definitely be ordering more, and we're super excited about it. We're really thankful for you guys and all the support. So it's only because of you guys. We use like all ad revenue to just pour back into the channel. So we're super thankful for you guys being out here. Nicholas Disc Golf Park. It's a beginner's course, but it's so amazing. That's awesome, dude. I've wanted to play disc golf in California for so long. I got to get out there. Dude, I appreciate that, Joseph. They're coming very soon. I just work some things out. They're coming very soon. That's all I'll say. Keep an eye out on the videos and stuff like that. Let me get into the fairway drivers really quickly. What do we got? Do I count this as a fairway driver? I probably will. I'm gonna count. This is I carry four fairway drivers. Normally I have another mid-range. I actually have a Maestro, a Discmania Maestro that I like a lot. I'm letting my little sister who lives in Georgia, she's borrowing it for the time being because she wanted a disc to play with, and it's a good beginner disc, just a normal straight flying mid-range. So I let her borrow that, but it's also in a really nice plastic. This is what happens. I don't have the shape thing in the bag too. So this is what happens to this bag. If you're just joining, I was talking about how much I don't like this bag. Prodigy BP4. It's $20, like I said, you can't go wrong, but I would recommend saving up a little bit more for all the holes and terrible qualities of this. Maestro is amazing for approaches too. Dark Horse approach disc. So, getting into the fairways, I have four or five-ish fairways. I'll get into that. The F7 from Prodigy and 400 plastic. This is perhaps the most flippy. Actually, these are both really flippy, but this one is probably the most flippy fairway driver I've ever seen in my entire life. This thing is freaking, I don't even know how to describe it. It's non-existent is how light it is. Well, 169, I don't know. You can throw this thing on whatever hyzer angle you want, and it's gonna flip up the flat, and depending on how hard you throw it or what line you're trying to take, it will sometimes turn over and hold that course. Yeah, it's a great one though. I love the plastic. I love 400 plastic is the main reason why I have this, because it feels great in the hand, and so when I'm trying to really rip like maybe a really straight or a turnover like wood shot, ripping this on hyzer, I know it's gonna flip to flat and glide for a while and maybe turn at the end or maybe finish flat. Just insanely understable. If you're looking for a reliably understable fairway driver, F7 from Prodigy, 400 plastic is my recommendation. But the Prodigy plastic is awesome. They have a lot of different really cool plastics. Discmania FD and Innova T-Bird 3. Yes, Carson, those are sick. I mean, you can't go wrong. I had a Star T-Bird for a long time. The only Innova disc that I've ever held on to for a long time was a T-Bird, and I lost it in a pond at, I want to say it was Dragon. That doesn't sound right, though. I don't know if you guys know main disc golf courses, either Dragon or Sabatis or something like that. Next is the Thought Space Athletics Mantra, also an understable fairway driver. This one's just a little bit heavier. So this one, like I said, you can rip. I mean, like, if I'm throwing righty, like this much hyzer, and it's gonna come out of it to flat. This one is just slightly, just the tiniest little bit less understable, more overstable, not more overstable, more stable, 175 grams. This plastic is insanely gummy. The Thought Space Mantra, guys, if you have not seen Thought Space, like original discs, they're low-key incredible, and I would definitely recommend checking out Thought Space. They make some really good discs, and the Mantra has been one of my favorites. Understable fairway driver. This one will flip to flat if you throw it on a little bit of hyzer. It's not going to turn over as easy, but if you do throw it on anhyzer, it's going to hold that line really well. So yeah, I throw this one more than I throw the F7. The F7's like a really extreme understable disc that I don't throw as often. But for, like I said, extreme cases. Thought Space Mantra. Also, you get, with every Thought Space disc, the most incredible stamps. They put so much time and effort into their artwork, and I just appreciate that, doing things to the best of your ability. That's what Thought Space is about, not an ad, by the way. Perkins signed First Run Orange Night Strike is your go-to. That is crazy that you're throwing a signed disc, first of all, but respect, dude. The Night Strike is great. If you haven't seen, we have a video on the channel of Reed comparing the Night Strike 1, 2, and 3. Night Strikes are incredible. You can't go wrong with FDs. Yeah, Thought Space, Nate Sexton Firebird signed, dude. That's crazy. A 2015. Those things are sick. I love Firebirds. I've never bagged one, but I've thrown them. Can't go wrong with those. I don't want to get to this one next. I do have an FD2 here. Discmania FD2. I'm bagging this as of like this week. This is literally a couple interesting things. This is the only disc I've ever put my number on. I don't know why. I just don't feel inclined to put my number on discs. I don't like having it look that way. I've never thrown this disc. I just bought it and put it in my bag. It's an FD2 C-line. You really, like, I bought it because of all the hype surrounding FDs, Discmania FDs. You ace a hole with that signed disc. That's crazy. Ace a hole at Circle C after he signed it. That's insane, dude. That's sick. Buff, what is up, my guy? Dude, you have minis for us? It's all good. Let me, if you, like, DM me on Facebook or Instagram or something, I'll let you know where to send them to. It's good to see you in here, Buff. Stephen Buffington's an old friend. Thanks for being here, man. Anyways, FD2, I bought this because of all the hype that's surrounding FDs. I can't wait to get out in the field and throw it when there is a field to throw in Maine, because everything is snow and ice right now. Like I said before, it's about 8 degrees outside, so not excited about that. Next is my favorite disc mold of all freaking time. This is literally, maybe I'm just overhyping it, the Onyx. This is I believe it's just ESP plastic. Honestly, I don't know. I should probably know. Like I said, it's my favorite disc. ESP, swirly, super beautiful disc, but also just the most reliable disc I've ever thrown in my entire life. It beats into your liking, like, perfectly. I used to have a really flippy Onyx. Like, if they get beat in enough, they flip up, and they reliably, like, fade. The Onyx, in my opinion, is, like, the greatest molded disc of all time. I call it a fairway driver. Some people say it's a distance driver. You can throw it distance driver ranges for sure if you have the arm for it. For amateurs like myself and like most people, probably this is more of a fairway driver. This is a more new one, so it is a little bit overstable. But once they beat in, they fly. They are just the most beautifully flying discs in the world. The grip is amazing. I can't explain it as much. Maybe if I had a little bit more time to explain it, I would, but this is the best feeling disc in my hand that I've ever held. That's the best way that I can put it. I freaking love this disc. Like, if there was one disc, if I were to lose discs and I just have to go out and buy a new one immediately for my next round, it's an Onyx. Absolutely love the Paul Macbeth Onyx. This was the one I wasn't really sure if I should call a fairway driver or not. Discmania PD. I think it's just a PD. I don't know why I can't remember if it's a PD. Yeah, it's just a PD. C-line PD with that sick Discmania shield stamp in glow plastic. This one is, honestly, it's kind of similar to the Onyx. You can see the rims there are almost identical. This one's just a little bit, maybe a little bit wider. I don't know, but PD throws pretty similarly to an Onyx, maybe just a little bit less overstable. Honestly, once they get beat in, they... Royal Rage sits next to the Night Strike in your bag. Nice. I've heard good things about that one as well. Throws really similar to the Onyx. I throw this on forehand lined. I don't know, honestly. I don't know why I have this in my bag when I have an Onyx. I do like the PD. Maybe somebody tell me what the primary use for a PD is. Because it's a power driver, I know. It feels to me like a fairway driver when I'm throwing it. Same numbers except for the PD is only a 4 glide. That makes sense. So this one has a little bit less glide to it. I do throw it someday. If you guys have been disc golfing for a long time, you know it's a longer Firebird. That makes sense. If you guys have been playing disc golf for a while, you know that some days you're just throwing one disc better than the other. And maybe that's just me being stupid and crazy. But some days, like, I'm throwing the Onyx terribly, and I don't know why. And I'll step up to a hole and be like, you know what? I'm going to throw my PD. And sometimes it works. I don't. Maybe it's probably just a mental thing. But disc golfers can relate. PD is the last fairway driver in my bag. Fairway-ish driver. Like I said, if you have the arm to throw this thing, it can easily be a distance driver. But yeah. Now we are in the distance drivers, guys, the home stretch. And then I'm going to get into, if you guys are just joining, this is my in the bag. I'm on my distance drivers, but I also have a stack of just fun discs in my collection that I usually have up behind me in my videos. If you guys have seen any of the videos, we're going to get into those in just a second. And yes, also the Discmania Glow plastic, it's a lot different feeling than ESP plastic. So that's probably it too, is just the feel. Sometimes I like this feel better than the Onyx. But like I said, the Onyx is absolutely my favorite disc. Distance drivers. Let's just get these out. Toss this bag to the side because it's trash. Repping the Pineland Farms towel, which is just where the Patriot is, which is, in my opinion, I don't know if I would call it like the best course. It's definitely the most challenging course in Maine, Pineland Farms. I've played a lot of courses in Maine. I haven't played them all though, so you could argue that point. Patriot is a really fun course, really long, really arduous, difficult lines. Yeah, super fun course to play though. All right, first, this is also a pretty new bag. Pretty new disc to my bag. I've only thrown it a few times, but we got the Paige Pierce Z Undertaker. 5-time Paige Pierce. I don't know what it is about winning 5 world championships that makes you want to go to Discraft, but something about it, and it puts out really awesome discs, so I'm not going to complain. The G-Star Invictus replaced your Onyx, but the Onyx is your favorite disc you're not bagging. Nice, yeah, I've never thrown the Invictus. I have, like I said, I've heard really awesome things about that disc as well, though. Onyx is just, I don't know, just a personal favorite. Everybody has their personal favorites. Let me know you guys' favorite disc in the chat. Your favorite fairway driver, let's say. Because like I said, mine is the Onyx, which debatably a distance driver. Mainly a fairway driver if you have a mortal arm. Let me know what you guys' favorite fairway drivers are. I might have to try some out. This is an understable distance driver. I've just started throwing it recently. It's obviously, I mean, the Undertaker's super popular. I don't have to say too much about it. I just haven't thrown it much, heard great things. The T-Bird 3, obviously one of the greatest fairway driver molds of all time. Carson, shout out. Yeah, so that's the Undertaker. I'm bagging that. This, guys, is my favorite. I'm bagging 2 of these. My favorite distance drivers of all time. T-Bird for you as well, Buff. Yeah, dude, I might have to get, I had a T-Bird. If you're just joining, I mentioned this before, but I had a T-Bird for a long time. One of the few Innova discs that I really liked, and I threw it in a pond. And I've been meaning to replace it. But I love, like, Star T-Birds, you cannot go wrong. T-Bird or F1. The Avenger SS is a super reliable, understable distance driver, or fairway driver, I guess. But anyways, my favorite distance drivers. I know they're new. I'm saying favorite distance drivers of all time. I haven't been throwing them for super long. The Vapor Enigmas from Discmania. You can take a look at that. I bagged 2 of them. The reason I bagged 2 of them, these are stable to understable-ish. For my arm speed, I mean, this is taking the place of like like a Wraith almost. Slightly understable, maybe, depending on your arm. But for me, you can throw it on a little bit of hyzer. It's going to flip to flat, and just these things bomb. They fly so straight and so far. These are my farthest throwing distance drivers. That's probably why I like them the best. And the plastic is really gummy. The Vapor plastic from Discmania has been one of my favorite plastics ever, I think. They've been putting out a few, I think they've been experimenting more. If you didn't know, that Tilt that just came out, the Simon Lizotte Tilt, is in an exo hard Vapor plastic. I think they're starting to experiment with Vapor plastic a lot more, and I love it because Vapor plastic is super awesome. What's up, Molany? I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. I've known you for a while, but Molany Disc Golf, Infinite Disc Sphinx. I've heard really good things about the Sphinx too. These are awesome discs. Let me know what you guys' favorite distance drivers are, since we're on distance drivers. I've heard really good things about the Sphinx, the Roadrunner. Maybe I need to throw more dynamic discs. Yeah, let me know if I need to throw more dynamic discs. I haven't thrown a lot. I've been throwing a lot of Discmania and Discraft has been my go-to. But anyways, Evolution, Vapor, Enigma. These are my favorite discs, favorite distance drivers in the bag. This one, this is why I bagged two. That's what I was gonna say. This one, I lost in this, like, just the thickest bushes on a course that I've ever seen. Lost this for like 2 months. And eventually, winter rolled around and killed everything like it does in Maine. And I found it 2 months later, and this thing is low-key overstable now. It's like super stiff, and it's not overstable. Maybe, I don't know. It's really stable. It's more stable than this one. So I love the Vapor Plastic and how it feels, and then this one just glides a little bit more overstable than this one. So these are probably my two most thrown distance drivers. Like if it's an open field shot or something like that, I'm throwing these all the time. The DD3, we're gonna get into that. Shout out Kellen Warrior. Or the Destroyer. Yeah, those are great distance drivers. Again, let me know what your favorite distance drivers are in the chat. Hype for the Enigmas. Anytime I see these, they're actually kind of hard to get a hold of, the Vapor Enigmas. Anytime I see these in a store, I just like buy them up in case I lose another one. Always trying to hold on to Vapor Enigmas. Then we have a Prodigy. You can't see what this is really. This is a Prodigy X3. I believe, this is bad. I can't remember what plastic. I'm pretty sure it's 500 plastic. If Reed were here, he would tell me what kind of plastic it is. The Infinite Maya. Yeah, dude. The Maya's an awesome disc. The X3, this thing is super domey. I don't know if you can sort of tell, but super domey, it bombs also. Low key, if I were to like just be in an open field and yak this on like a Anheuser kind of flex shot, this might be my Mo Lenny, awesome. Thank you for helping me out with that. Glow Shrikes, we actually gave away a Glow Shrike in one of our earlier videos. I've heard those things are awesome. Philo Destroyer. And yeah, obviously, like, distance drivers are probably the discs for amateurs and beginners that if you are gonna skip out on buying some discs, you definitely don't need distance drivers yet. They're the most fun to throw though, so there's two sides of that. Prodigy X3, this thing bombs. This one's a little bit more beat in, so it will flip to flat, glide for a long time, finish left if you're a right-handed thrower. Great disc, love it. Used to be my most thrown disc until I got those Evolution Enigmas. I love the Vapor Enigmas. Can't speak highly enough. Cloudbreaker 2, guys. This swirly S-Line, 173 gram DD3. This is a sick disc. I never debated throwing it. I was definitely going to throw it. I had other people tell me I should debate throwing it or not. But swirly S-Line DD3s are just hard to get a hold of. I was fortunate enough to have a local shop get an order in when they came out. I called them and they held on to one for me to buy. The DD3 is a great disc. It's a classic, like Simon Lizotte throws them, Eagle McMahon obviously throws them. Just one of the more classic Discmania distance drivers. Feels almost like ESP plastic from Discraft if you're familiar with ESP plastic. It's an amazing disc. This one's beat in pretty good, so it will flip a little bit more on me now. But it's another just bomber disc. I'm sort of working from understable to more overstable. This, honestly, I said the Enigmas were my most thrown discs for distance drivers, but it realistically might be this one because this one is just more reliable. In a headwind or something like that, it's not super reliable, but it's more reliable than those ones. And like if it's a wide open course and I'm throwing a hyzer shot, this is my go-to, the DD3. Sick disc. Obviously Cloudbreakers are really hard to get a hold of, and if I lose this, I'll probably never see another Cloudbreaker 2. But S-Line DD3s are they're fantastic discs. Cannot recommend enough. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Yeah, so that's all I have to say about that. Amazing disc. The Force. This is an ESP Force, 174 grams. This is just for amateur player. I know for like pro players with really fast arm speeds, big arms, you can like really get a hold of these, maybe even flip them. That's just crazy to me. But they hold stability. For me, this is my beefcake, like meat hook, trying to get around corners, just long bomb. Like the Force is super overstable distance driver. This is my overstable distance driver, basically. If you're an amateur and you need something in your bag that's just gonna be strictly an overstable, like maybe you're throwing it on forehands or something like that, I would recommend the Force, because it's not too crazy overstable. It's not gonna be like, I don't know if it's gonna compare to a Firebird. I don't know. It's overstable enough for any amateur. That's what I should say. Great, reliable disc. Beautiful Force. Thank you, man. Yeah, like I said, the Star Wars discs from Discraft, please just take my money. But like I said, that is my bag. And now we have this awesome stack of discs over here. These are the discs that I just have in the background of most of my videos, and I've had people ask me what discs they are. I have more discs than this, but for the most part, let me count the discs and tell you how many I'm bagging so I can tell you how many fit, because I am absolutely stretching that BP4 from Prodigy. This is like the max discs you can hold in there. So I have 5 there, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19, and then are my putters in there? Yeah, so it's like 15 in the bag, 17 in the bag, and 2 putters is stretching it. Use the Force, Harry Gandalf. That's one I actually love that quote. That's hilarious. Use the Force, Harry. It also makes me cringe really bad because I am a big Star Wars fan, but still, it's hilarious. Thank you. Very nice selection. Like I said, this is a pretty well-rounded bag for like amateurs and beginners. I usually am carrying 4 putters, or like 4 approach discs, 4 mid-ranges, 4 fairways, and 4 drivers, and then my 2 putters. And I will throw the baseline Sensei quite often too. So it's pretty well-rounded. If you see any discs in there you like, I recommend picking it up. So now we're gonna get into this stack. If you guys are just now joining, thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you to everyone who has been here. 17 to 19 discs in your grip bag, depending on the day. That's pretty good. I'm like stretching the heck out of this BP4. I need a new bag. But again, thank you guys for being here. I would ask that if you are not subscribed right now, be sure to hit the subscribe button, because literally like 80% of the people who watch our videos aren't subscribed. That's just a fun fact. If you are subscribed, thank you so much. If you are not, just check and see if you are. Also, if you guys are interested, we're putting out exclusive videos every single Wednesday. We already have like a mystery box and in the bag, like me and Reed counting down our top 5 disc golfers of 2021. Exclusive videos and emotes. If there's any members in here, could you guys like show some hype and chains in the chat for everybody to see those emotes? I can even throw some in here. Exclusive content, emotes. You guys are gonna get early access to the new merch. If you guys hit the join button right there, you can join the Swanky team for only 99 cents. I know, for those of you who are just joining, I'm sorry to throw like an ad at you, but consider hitting the join button. And we would love to have you guys on the Swanky team. There's awesome benefits. Free stickers, free t-shirts for certain people. Some of you will throw up your name at the end of videos. We'll follow you on Instagram. And it's a really good way for us to get to know you guys who are like our faithfuls and fans. So also, though, those of you who are subscribed, thank you so much. Couldn't be doing any of this without you. And it's been awesome to get to chat with you guys. Let's get into this awesome stack of discs. First up, autographed, Simon Lizotte autographed P2. It is just your classic D-line P2. This, you might be like saying, wow, that looks really scuffed up. Like you've thrown a Simon Lizotte autographed discs. Why would you do such a thing? I got this during one of his factory signings is the reason. He was doing a factory signing where you just like anything you order, you can request Simon if you're the first of like 1,000 people or something like that. Or no, it was like a whole weekend. I don't know. He signed a lot of discs that weekend probably. Factory signed disc, which is still really cool. But at the time I was experimenting with putters and this was the only P2 I had on hand. So I putted with this for a while and then later I regretted it because I preferred other putters over the P2. But Simon Lizotte autographed P2. This is always in the background of my videos. Obviously, we love Simon here. We make a lot of funny videos and like joke around a lot. But I hope everybody realizes that we have no disdain for any pro disc golfers or anything like that. Simon Lizotte obviously has inspired a lot of things we do on this channel and so many other disc golf YouTubers and alike. We love Simon Lizotte and look up to him a lot. hoping and praying that his injury heals up quick so he can get back out there. Simon Lizotte signed P2. That's the first one. This is actually a super special disc to me. If anybody recognizes that, shout out. I'll give people a minute. Try and guess what disc this is. If you can guess what disc this is, I'll send you a free sticker. We have Swanky stickers. I don't have one on me. I should have brought one. I will send you a free Swanky sticker if you can guess what disc this is. P2. No, it's not a P2. Let me show you the rim. It's a beautiful disc. I've only thrown it a couple times. I'll give you just one more minute. It was I'll give you a hint. They're a stock run now, but they used to be, it looks like a Buzz, doesn't it? It's really similar to a Buzz. It's not a Buzz. I'm doing this because no one's ever going to be able to guess it. Tactic, no, it's not a Tactic. It is a mid-range. I'll give you that hint. It's a mid-range, not a Wasp. It's not, I don't want to give too many hints because you're going to look it up eventually. Give you a couple more guesses. A Star Rock, that's a good guess. It's not, but this does look a lot like Star Plastic. Impact, no, it's not Impact. No one's ever going to guess. Because it's not a very well-known disc company. I mean, kind of. Bounty, also close, but no. No cigar. I'm trying to give away a free sticker, but it's hard to guess. Prodigy, no. I'll tell you, no, if I tell you the manufacturer, that's going to give it away. It's a small manufacturer that has been mentioned before on this live stream. I'm going to give like one more minute of guessing, and then I'm going to tell you guys what it is, because I would like to give away a sticker. Maybe I'll find another way to give away a sticker. It's a mid-range, a lesser-known company, but they're out there. Super beautiful disc. I've only thrown it a couple times. Dude, that's an amazing guess because I have no idea what that even is. Cataplast Goat. I have no idea. West Side, it's not West Side. All right, I'm going to tell you guys what it is. Last chance to put your guess in, and then I'm going to tell you what it is. So I don't want to drive people crazy. Okay. It is a Thought Space Athletics Pathfinder. It is one of their only their own mid-ranges. That's why it's kind of hard to tell what it is. Dude, the stamp, the foil is so gorgeous. I love the colors. I got that. It's a Maine State Championship stamp. That's BSR Bob, if you know who that is, the cat. Maine State Championship tournament was the first Pro Tour event. It was a Thought Space Athletic Pathfinder. Good job, Christina Yoder. Maybe I'll send you a free sticker anyways. It's an awesome mid-range. It's super similar to the Buzz. Somebody guessed Buzz. That's a great comparison. It throws almost the same as a Buzz. But the plastic is super sweet. At first I was worried. It seemed a little slick, but it actually is pretty grippy. I filmed a review of this video, ended up not putting it out because there were some issues with it, a review of this disc. But I decided not to throw it just because it's too memorable. I got it it was in the Amateur Players Pack. And so they actually released these before they put them out on their site. They released like 100 Pathfinders, Thought Space Athletics Pathfinders to amateur players in that tournament. And they let them test them out for like a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks before they released them. So this is one of like maybe 100 discs or something like that. Thought Space Athletics Pathfinder. I meant to buy a Pathfinder because I do like how this throws. I might have to do that, and it could fill like the 4th mid-range spot in my bag. But if you guys haven't checked out Thought Space Athletics, their Pathfinders, their mantras are sick. This is one of my favorite discs ever. I'll probably never throw it because it's more of like a commemorative thing. But it's super dope. Yeah, I would have never guessed that. It's not a very well-known thing. I didn't think anybody would. But if you would have, I would have been very impressed. So that is super sick. Should I go into this one next? Yeah, might as well. This, guys, was actually a gift to me. It's a dyed disc by Greasy Dyes. If you've ever heard of Greasy Dyes, shout out. Nick, who is live streamed last week, actually gave this to me as a birthday gift. Can you guess what this disc is? I'm not going to give away a sticker. It's a little bit easier to guess. I don't know. It's my favorite disc of all time. This is an Onyx. I actually did do a review of this one for Instagram, so I threw it a couple times, but it didn't really do anything to it. So it's not really a throwing disc, more of a birthday present commemorative disc that is always in the background of videos if you watch some of our videos. Super sick disc, love it. Maybe if I lose my Onyx and I can't get a hold of another one, I'll put this in the bag and throw it because I need an Onyx in my bag, high key. This next disc is, okay, this is a good one too. Yeah, if somebody, first one to guess what this is, I will send you a sticker as well. Because this is kind of tough. Like, you know what brand it is, you know what manufacturer right off the bat, but it's not an easy disc to guess. Any guesses? I'll give hints if it gets too hard. This is the most Discmania disc ever. Look at it, it's beautiful. I have thrown it a couple times. Origin, no, very close. MD5, also super close. You guys can see the rim. GM, Christina Yoder. Yes, you are gonna get a sticker, that's great. It is a greater mid, also known as a gremlin, a super lesser known mid-range from Discmania that I have thrown a couple times. They're kind of hard to find, greater mids, gremlins. I've thrown it a couple times. I just wasn't the biggest fan of how it throws, and the way it looks is just too cool to not keep and have in the background of discs of my videos and stuff. So Christina Yoder, if you would just like drop your Instagram or something in the comments, not in the chat, so I can see it later. Put your Instagram in the comments below, and I will DM you and send you a free sticker. Thank you. Good guess. The GM, super sit. This is just like the red and the blue, most classic Discmania disc I've ever seen in my entire life. Can't go wrong having it in the background of videos. One of my favorite discs to look at, honestly. I would frame this. It's sick. And then we have another, this is my backup, Evolution Enigma. I told you guys I freaking love the Vapor Enigmas. This one just looks beautiful, and it's my backup. I have it in the background because of how it looks, but I would definitely throw this if I lose one of my other Enigmas. This is just to have a backup Enigma. I saw my friend Reed, you guys know Reed, he saw two in a Play It Again Sports in Buford, Georgia, and he messaged me, he was like, dude, there's two Vapor Enigmas here, and I said, buy them, and I Venmo'd him, and he bought them for me. Love the Vapor Enigma, my favorite distance driver. It's just cool to have in the background. This, now we have 3 active line discs that I have in the background, literally just because Thought Space Athletics does such a good job with these stamps. Like, I almost want to get an active line just set and hang it up. That would make a really cool, I don't know, visual piece. Premium plastic Sensei. Guys, like I said, I had mentioned my hot take earlier. Let me get this out. The base plastic Sensei is better than the premium plastic. You heard it here, probably not first. But Active Line is amazing. Yes, Millennium, it is freaking sick. The discs are amazing, obviously, but like I said, Thought Space Athletics put so much work into their stamps. They just do everything to the best of their abilities, and so does Discmania, making this line of discs just the most amazing. But you will see people throwing these out on tour, the base plastic, way more than you'll see the premium plastic. I don't know why that is. They're the same mold, but you might even be able to tell, like, I do not like the rim on this. I don't know what it is. I don't like throwing it. It's a little bit more, it feels more domey. You can see that on the camera. It's way more domey on the premium plastic. I don't like it as a throwing putter. Like, I would rather throw a backhand tactic or something. Not that this is overstable, but I would way rather throw this and putt with it than keep a premium plastic one in my bag. But it looks sick, right? Really cool disc. The Sensei stamp. Beautiful. And then we have a Genius. This is also more of a backup disc, but I have it in the background of videos just because it looks awesome. Gotta love the Albert Einstein. This is the most unstable fairway driver you'll ever see in your entire life. That's probably not true. I don't know. Name a more unstable fairway driver. I'll wait. This is crazy unstable. I threw it once, and like on this much hyzer, and I bought this used actually. Threw it like this and just watched it fade away into the woods, and I was like, what just happened? So I don't throw this as much. I throw the F7, the Prodigy F7, which I have somewhere over here. I'm sorry, I'm making a mess now. I throw this. If I were to ever lose this disc, I would start bagging the Genius. I might actually do the Heat. The Heat is crazy understable, that's true. I lost the Heat at Maple Hill once because of how understable it was. The Witness, okay, now you guys are calling me out. You're right, there are more understable discs. But the Genius is pretty crazy understable. It might be, I've never thrown the Dragon or the Witness. I have thrown a Heat. The Heat, this is more understable than a Heat for sure. I might actually take these out in the field and try them head to head because they're pretty similarly understable. I don't know. This one might be more understable though. So I'll probably take these, do a challenge with them to try and decide which one goes in the bag. But as of late, I've been liking the F7. I love Prodigy plastic. You can't go wrong with Prodigy. Genius is crazy understable though. The Mentor. Guys, I hate this disc. I'm not gonna lie. I feel bad for saying it, but literally, the active line is so good. Don't hate me if you love the Mentor, please, because some people like it. The way this disc flies makes no sense at all. I don't like it. I don't like how it feels in my hand. It's like the Sensei. Maybe I'm crazy and I just don't like the premium plastic versions of the active line, because the active line is such a good line. We did active line starter pack challenges, and that starter pack is the best starter pack I've ever seen. You hate the Mentor too? That's what I'm saying. It's crazy overstable. It doesn't. This is an understable disc-ish, understable to stable disc that throws like a freaking. I was throwing it side by side with a Zeus, and this was more overstable than my Zeus. It didn't make any sense. I'm ranting right now and going crazy, but I don't like how this throws. Love how it looks though. So it'll be up in the background of videos. I've thrown this a lot because I wanted to like it because of how it looks. I can't. I do not like how this throws. At least it's pretty, right, Crystal Ward? It's a pretty looking disc, so I have it in the background. Like I said, I would love to get just like one of all of these discs. The Maestro, by the way, of the active line is my favorite stamp of all time. I would love to get these like all in the same color, different colors, but the same plastic, and like hang them up. I think that'd be cool, but I don't like to throw these two that much. Not my favorites to throw. One of my favorites to look at. I don't bag a Wraith. I had mentioned, that's a good question, Jackson. I throw these. They don't throw super similar to Wraiths, but they're pretty similar stability. I think you can check me on that. I've only thrown a Wraith, like, I don't know if I've ever thrown a Wraith actually, but this fits that Wraith spot in my bag where it's just a stability that works really well for amateur arm speeds. This fits that really well. So that's what I bag instead of a Wraith. I don't throw a lot of Innova. I know that's like a cardinal sin in some disc golf communities. I have an Innova water bottle, if that helps. But no, I don't throw a ton of Innova. I mainly throw Discmania and Discraft are my big go-tos. I throw some Prodigy here and there, some Thought Space here and there. I have a Dynamic Discs chalk bag, if that helps. What is you guys' favorite disc manufacturer? Let me know in the chat before I close us out here. Thank you guys again for joining us. The Majesty is a sick stamp. That is so true. Anything Thought Space Athletics does, they make the coolest stamps in the world, and also really good discs. Like I said, Pathfinder, go and check it out. Do you throw your Innova water bottle in frustration? Yeah, if you count that, I have definitely thrown that water bottle. They hold up really well too. The like, you know the ones I'm talking about. They're at every pro shop ever. MVP, yeah, that's another one that I just never really got into that much. I'm sort of just gravitate to what's familiar. All Innova, and Innova should feel familiar because for those of you who don't know, Innova they manufacture Discmania discs. But man, I have been wanting to throw more MVP. I will probably cop a Volt, a James Conrad Signature Series Volt. I would definitely throw that. Prodigy, Trilogy, anything from the Trilogy. I know Trilogy has some diehard fans. I'm a Chris Clemens fan. I've watched him play at he played in the Maine State Championship where I got this disc from. A lot of really cool pros were there to watch. We have a vlog on that if you want to go check it out. You bagged 7 Wraiths? 7 Wraiths? What do you do with 7 Wraiths? Unless they're all beat in differently, I guess. That's crazy. Dipping, yeah. February 2nd is when the James Conrad Volt comes out. Super excited for that. In our video talking about it, Reed accidentally called it a throwing putter because he was just thinking of James Conrad and throwing putters, and everybody in the comments was like, the Volt is a throwing putter, dude. We understand. We actually got that information from watching Foundation's podcast. They called it a throwing putter too, which is funny. Infinite Discs is great. If you throw Discmania, throw Innova. You've thrown Innova. Yep, that's facts. Innova. On the back of every Discmania disc, it says manufactured by Innova. Wow, okay, we've been going for like an hour, guys. So thank you again so much for being here. Consider hitting the join button. Like I said, we got some sweet emotes and emojis and stuff. And we got exclusive content coming out every single week. We're gonna put out new emotes coming soon. Also, guys, this is just a fun idea. Let me know what you think of this. I'm going to be, I think, live streaming watch parties of the upcoming tournaments. I can't like show the tournament on the channel, obviously, for like legal reasons, but I'm thinking like this would be an awesome place for you guys to come hang out, just talk about the tournament and what's going on and stuff like that. We'll watch in real time. You can watch it on whatever website it's being streamed to, but you can hang out here and talk about what's going on. And anytime someone hits a tree, we can use our tree-jected emotes if you're a channel member. But yeah, super exciting stuff. We want to live stream more often. We've been super grateful to have you guys here, and I think we'll do this more often. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to have a good weekend. Get out there, play some disc golf, and make sure you stay swanky. Awesome. Again, shout out to everyone who commented in chat and everyone who's been involved. I can't tell you how much we appreciate you guys. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to do this now. All right, take it easy, guys.